Hi everyone. Thank you all for coming to our speaker series event today. We're very lucky to have Dr. Chandra Sankurathri, who is the head of an NGO known as the Manjari Sankurathri Memorial Foundation. Sorry, I'm a little bit nervous. So Chandra Uncle, what he does, Dr. Sankurathri, he does a lot of amazing things in India, including he runs a school known as Sarada Vidyalaya, which teaches English to the local youth of Kakinada, which is present in southern India. And he also runs an eye hospital there, known as the Sikh Hidden Institute of Ophthalmology, and is one of the best eye hospitals in that country and by extension the world. So he's a huge role model of mine, and I would love for you guys to hear more from him. So without further ado, Dr. Chandra Sankurathri.
Can I start?
Absolutely, Uncle.
Good evening, everybody. It's nice to see you all from there. And very happy to talk to you and share some of the things. I'm sure it must be a long day for you because it's already late for you in the night. But however, what I'm going to say is the simple things of life, not very stressful to hear and follow also. And I'll try to make it as clear as possible. But afterwards, if you have anything to talk about it, I'll be very happy to discuss and to clarify if you have any doubts. Okay. The topic I'm going to talk today is how to achieve your goal in life. I know you all have good aspirations and we all have to go there one day or other. But in the process, there are many things we have to cross. And this is the whole thing about how to go about it with my own experience. That doesn't mean this is only a solution. There could be other solutions also, but you just listen to it, okay? So first fundamental question is, what is life? When you really look, you ask a little kid, their mind is always full of questions. What is this, what is that, and all that. But as we grow older, we stop questioning because we are conditioned by several things in life. But I think fundamental question is why we are here. What are we supposed to do? When can we do that? Where are we going? How do we go there? And n number of questions. There is no end for it. So why did I come to this life? Nobody knows why we're all here. What is the purpose of our life? Don't know. Did we ever think about it? Probably not. Where are we going? Probably again, same thing. We are in a cycle, year after year, study, and probably often don't have time to think all these things. Ultimately, when will I go there? When will I achieve what I want in life? So these are the fundamental questions everybody has to face sometime or other in their life. But for all these questions, there are no ready-made answers. All the answers are within us only, but we don't know they are there. So we have to find them, we have to take them out and understand what those answers to the questions are. They can vary from person to person. They're not all same for everybody. So every human being is different. Their thinking is different. The scenario is different. So one has to think that way, and everyone has to find their own answers. And that is life's journey. So as you travel in your life, all these things will unfold as you move on. Of course, right now you're all very young, and your journey has just begun, I would say that. So you have a lot of journey ahead of you, and whatever I'm going to speak today, hope will be useful to you someday or other. So we have to set our life journey. In order to travel that, planning is very important. You have to plan everything well. That means we do a lot of things, a lot of times things without planning. That is not a good idea. Even a small thing, even if you want to do your homework, you have to plan a little bit, right? So the same way, life is the same thing. So, but how much can we plan? Can we plan all of it? No, it's never possible because there are several things which are not in our control. Even though you plan many things, they are not in our control. They may go this way or that way, but we must be able to control those things. That means we cannot go our life haphazard without any control. Who will control it? We have to control our life. Nobody else will do for us. But as I was saying before, there are so many which are not in our control. So how do you control those things? Best thing is to imagine or plan some things which might come. Even then, some things may come without planning, without any imagination. That's the time our human mind, our human spirit will take over that and try to analyze the situation and come out of it. So in other words, whatever happens in our life, we have to control it. We should be in the steering wheel of it. Life should not control us, but we should control our life, our emotions, our actions, our goal. It's completely in our hands. It may all sound very confusing. Sure, it is confusing. Life itself is always confusing. As I said before, it's very complicated. I'm not trying to scare you, but I'm trying to prepare you for the future. Everybody has to go through that, not only you, we all have to go through that. Your parents have to go through, grandparents have to go through, everyone has to go through that. So I give you just an example of my own life. Then you can see how that will fit into whatever I am saying here. So whatever I am saying purely from my own personal experience. I was born in a small, poor family in India. I have experienced everything in life like poverty, loneliness, humiliation, above all, lack of self-confidence when I was a kid. All these factors affect one's personalities. At the age of 13, I came up very early in the school, skipped a couple of classes. I finished grade 11 when I was 13 years old. That means I'm not a super kid or anything. Somehow it happened that way. So when I went to the college at the age of 13, I wrote in my notebook saying, Dr. Chandra. Why did I write it? I had no idea. At the time, I had no idea what is doctor about, what is all about. Simply no clue. But still, I wrote it with my own hands because I forgot about it. One of my friends showed it to me afterwards. Chandra, this is what you wrote in the book long time ago. So, what does it tell? Does it mean it's my destiny? I don't know. Who knows? Nobody knows. Sometimes we do some actions which may or may not have something at that time, but in future When you look back, of course, you're too young for that. When you go back, when you get older, you look back into some of things, then you see the puzzle fitting into that. As I said before, at school and college, I was just an ordinary kid, never paid any attention to my education, or never had any ambition to study. I don't know how I passed, even sometimes I wonder. But after my graduation, I went to the university. That's where a big change came in me. For the first time in my life, I have realized my own potential, what I can do, how I can do. That has completely turned my life 360 degrees actually almost. What I was before that, what I am after that is a big total difference. Very interesting with my life is even, I think even when I was a kid, I always know what I don't like. Somehow it's always it's in my mind. If it could be a person, it could be something, whatever it is. If something I don't like, I know for sure I don't like it. That doesn't mean I know what I want also. It took a lot of time to find out. But that knowing what I don't want has really helped me in life, I think. This is what I feel when I look back. I keep weeding out some things I don't want, some things I don't want, I just didn't go there. So in that way, I created my own path of what I like. Ultimately, that became my destiny. So with this change in me, I have completed both MSc degree in BSc honors, actually 2 degrees, and MSc in zoology with a distinction. I was a topper in the university, which I never expected. So see, that is the change I'm talking about. Then what would I do? I wanted to pursue PhD. Because I came so young, I could not go to medical school because at the time, there was a requirement to enter into medical school, one must complete 17 years. I was only 15 years, I completed my intermediate. So I could not even think of joining the medical school. In order to do that, I had to wait for 2.5 years, which I don't wanted. So here again, I know what I don't want. I don't want to wait. So I wanted to pursue PhD in zoology. So what do you do then? One thing for sure I know, I do not want to go to the same university I did my master's. Again, problem, what to do? Okay, then I said, I'll try to be a teacher. I joined the college where I studied from. After 1 year, I got a disillusion. I thought students are not very receptive, blah, blah, blah. So then I said, okay, what do we do? Then I changed my job, became a research assistant with a big hope. Oh, research is a great thing and all that. So after went there again, same thing. I did not like, I found there is not much research I like. So I said, what do I do then? Then I had to pursue my PhD. Where would I go? I don't want to go to the university I came from. I don't want to go to another university. Suddenly, I applied to Memorial University of Newfoundland in Canada. Only first one application I did it. I did not apply anywhere else. I got admission. I got a scholarship. I got a waiver of the tuition fees. What else I can ask for? Immediately, I took the offer and landed in Canada at the age of 24, because after 2 years I worked again. So a strange country for me in Canada. No roots, no connections, no friends, nobody was there. So that was 1967. So without any problem, even the new place and everything, nothing bothered me. So then again, I moved, I applied for a PhD degree in several places this time. And I got accepted to 3 places, 2 in US and 1 in Canada. So I decided to stay in Canada because of the topic I wanted to do, I went to University of Alberta, Edmonton, from where I got my PhD. So finally, I accomplished the reason why I came here, master's and PhD. But unfortunately, I had ended up staying in Canada for a total of 22 years, which I didn't plan in my life before. But sometimes when you have no opportunity or when you have an opportunity, whatever it is, you have to take it. That's what happened in my case. So while in Canada, I was very lucky, very happy, good, challenging government job, a loving wife and two small children. Life was going very smoothly and very well.
Yeah.
So when I was so happy and getting on everything in life and all, suddenly at the age of 41, my whole life turned upside down. All my life, loving people, like my wife and two children, they were killed in a terrorist bomb attack on 23rd June 1985. They were traveling from Canada to India on that day. So what, what do I do? I'm alone left wondering. Again, there are a million questions in my life. Why it happened? Why me? What is there? What should I do? How should I react? How can I continue my life? What is the purpose of my life? Why should I live? For whose purpose I live? Like this, there's so many questions. And it's full of struggle because none of the questions have answers I could hear. All the questions coming from my mind, but there are no answers for any one of them. Such a situation, I hope nobody should go through that in life. That's a horrible situation to go through. Such situations can force people into become criminals, terrorists, drug addicts, suicidal tendency. It could be anything. So many opportunities are there for such kind of people go through their life. But luckily, I did not take any of those options. It's not easy. It took me 3 years to realize and accept the facts of life. The moment I accept the facts of life, my struggle was over. There were no questions to ask anybody. There was no need to wait for answers also. The answer came from within me. That is, I thought I have to do something meaningful, something useful for others. That was the decision I made. The moment I made the decision, I was at peace. Then next thing is only I know how to go about it, what to do. That means my whole mind has turned from the cynical attitude, horrible experience in life, to I have to look at the positive side, what I can do with my life. So I took control of my life. My life has just, another life has begun, I should say, another life. So this new life has a new goals and new aspirations, totally different from what I trained for, what I prepared to do in my life. So I had thought about myself. I said, there's so many unfortunate people in this life. So how to make a difference in few people whom I can touch and make their life a little better than what it is. So I decided, dedicated my life. I said I would not do anything else. Quit my job in Canada and sold everything and packed everything and came back to India because here there are more people who needs help than anywhere else in the world. So as soon as I come here, I thought about uh, so many things one could do, but it's humanly impossible to do everything. So I said, what are the two important things one could do for the human development? One is education. Without education, there is no human development. The second thing is healthcare. If somebody health is good, that means they can take care of themselves. Of course, in the health area, again, so many fields. One cannot do everything again. So I chose to select eye because eye is a very important organ in the body. Without eyesight, many things cannot be done. So I started two projects: education for rural poor children who cannot afford better education. Because I strongly believe in education because today I'm in a position because of my education. Anybody who want to move ahead in the life, they must have a good education. During the implementation of these two process, education process, and of course, I lived in Canada for 22 years, totally Canadianized in my thinking and my ethics, name anything, except my skin color and language, everything was Canadianized. So after coming here, life was a lot of struggle for me. Even till today, I'm 30 years here again, but still, even now, I cannot adopt completely 100% in the Indian scenario. But I have a mission to do. So that's what I'm doing. I keep aside all those trivial problems or challenging issues. I'm moving forward. It has been 30 years and I survived 30 years. And I'm sure I'll survive in future also. So there are several achievements we went through during these 30 years. That makes me very happy and glad I took this journey. So finally, I found a purpose for my life with so many outcomes. Few things I can outline here is most important thing is when I moved here in 1988, I saw a lot of children working in the fields, tending the cattle. When I went and asked them, you should be in the school, why are you in the fields? They said, my dad put me in the work here. When I asked them, do you want to go to school? Do you want to study? Then they posed me a question. How can we study because the school is in the daytime? Daytime we are working the fields. There you go. Such a smart kids. They can question us. That really opened my eyes. Before that, I was planning for an orphanage. So I said, okay, let me try to educate these kids who cannot go to school on their own. So I asked them, do you want to come to my house in the evening? They said, sure, yes. I said, okay, why don't you come to my school? At that time, I had no infrastructure, nothing except one chair for me to sit. And the kids, 25 kids used to come and sit on the floor evening after working the whole day in the fields. 5-year-old kid to 14-year-old kids, they used to come to study at my home at 5 o'clock in the evening and study till 7 o'clock. I was really amazed to see the motivation and the interest they have in the studies. So that's what the turning point of my life again, to change my course of action and start the school in 1992. And of course, since then it's going on. Because of that school, we could eliminate all the child laborers from this area. One more very important point is in India, the dropout of students, children from education before they finish grade 10 is close to 55 to 60%. That means out of 100 kids, 50 to 60 drop out of education. But in our school, since last 29 years, we do not have a single dropout yet. Everybody propelled with our motivation, completed high schools, went to colleges, become software engineers. One guy working in a space station equivalent to NASA in USA. All these things I have never even dreamed or imagined even. So that's why I say my life has been so rewarded with all these beneficiaries getting themselves hyped up, reach the peaks which they never expected and I never expected also. Similarly, one more thing here. Child marriages are very common at the time here. Girl at the age of 13, 14, they used to say marriage off, take care of the school. But in our school, since beginning, we had 60% girl students. Not a single one of them was dropped out of education, did not get married before they are 21 or 22. They all went to higher education. That's the great miracle we could do in these places here. Coming to the hospital, India is a hub of blind people, I should say. There's so many blind people here because of various reasons. One is accessibility. Many people live in the rural areas, almost close to 70%. They have no access to quality eye care. So what do? They just stay home, suffer, and become blind, dependent on elderly people, depending on their children, grandchildren, wife, whatever it is. Lose all the self-esteem because they're blind, they depend on somebody. Such people, we help them to restore their eyesight again so they can be on their own. They can do their own chores. This is a big dramatic change we could do here. So far, we have provided eye care to 3.5 million people from a total population of 10 million area covered. Out of that, we performed cataract surgeries to 300,000 people so far and restored their eyesights. Again, these contributions make me feel very happy because in the life, I got an opportunity to do those things. So whatever setback I had in my life in 1985, that has become an opportunity for me to help several hundreds and thousands of people. So in that way, my life has turned around. I was happy with that. So after going through all these things in life, I thought I can share some of my ideas with you guys. One is whatever you want to do, whatever you want to choose in life to do it with passion, and you'll be the best person to do that. So it's up to you how you mold your mind and thoughts into doing what you want to do. Of course, everybody wants to be the best, and I want you all to be best in what you do in life. So this is one thing. And as I said before, you have seen my life also. Life is not that predictable as we think it is. It is always unpredictable. But big or small doesn't matter. There will be some surprise in life, but one should be always ready to address them and move forward. Say, for example, you are driving in a highway. Suddenly, they close the highway without any warning to you. what do you do? Will you go back? No, we should never go back. You should find alternative route, take another route, detour, reach your destination. That is important. Life is same thing, it's no different. When something unexpected happens, you take the challenge, plan your actions, and move forward. One more thing also, no challenge is greater than the human mind. Human mind has a great capacity which we always underestimate and we don't realize it also. But believe me, with your determination, perseverance, resilience, and hard work will always prevail. Mind can do many wonders, provided we realize it and utilize the potential of our own mind. For all these things, you don't find answers from anywhere else. They're all within ourselves to find out what we want to do. One more important point is when you have a goal, have a realistic goal and move towards it. When I say realistic means the goal should be always a little higher than what we can reach. When you have that higher goal, you work hard, you do with zeal, enthusiasm to reach it. If your goal is only here, it's very easy to reach, right? There's no challenge. If there is no challenge, life is too dull. So life should be always challenged so that the best out of any being, any human being. I strongly believe that. I have seen that with my own children here. Come from a very low socio-economic background. Parents are not educated. They don't know anything education. See, such kind of kids were challenged by us and they all reached high peaks. So if they can do it, anybody can do it. So this is what my message to all of you. So nothing is impossible. So never get discouraged by any of the setbacks you may face in future. I always hope you guys will have a good life and don't have to face any setbacks. But you should be always ready for it. That's it. And if there is a problem, take alternate route and reach your destination. One more thing is never hesitate to accept our own failures. By accepting our own failures, could be small or big, doesn't matter. Then only we can correct it and move forward. If we don't accept our own failures, we stay where we are in stagnation. That's not a good idea. And again, life will be too dull. There are no challenges. Even now, I face a lot of challenges and I enjoy every challenge. To be honest with you, I really enjoy. If there is no challenge, I get bored. So I'm addicted to challenges now. Every challenge is a stepping stone for progress and success. That is 100% true. Every challenge is a stepping stone for the progress and success. Without those things, nobody can be successful in life. So ultimately, one more thing is always there. We should be always thankful and count our blessings and thank our stars and be happy with what we have. Never grumble over things we don't have or we cannot achieve in life. Unless we are happy mentally, we cannot do anything productive in life. We cannot achieve our goals also. This is very, very important. Count your blessings. You see how lucky you are to have what you are. That will open your mind a lot more and take you forward. Ultimately, never lose sight of your goal. You will be there. So there's something here, very nice saying here. Dream is not the thing you see in sleep, but that thing that doesn't let you sleep is a real dream. You see what I mean? So important, this is very important in life. So this dream, whatever you want to achieve, should never let you sleep properly. Should always remind you. Thank you for your attention, and I hope I could translate some of my thoughts into you. If you want to ask anything, if you have any questions to ask, I'll be happy to answer.